Welcome to Mom's Kitchen Lessons. Today we're going to be making vegan pancakes from scratch. These are the ingredients that we're going to need. Some kind of plant-based milk. I'm using the Trader Joe's oat beverage because it's just oats and water. It's the simplest kind of plant milk that there is with no additives. You'll need sugar. You can use whatever kind of sugar you like or sweetener. If you want to make chocolate chip pancakes, you'll need vegan chocolate chips. You'll need some salt. I'm just using some kosher salt. I'm using oat flour. You'll need some kind of flour that you're happy with. I like oat flour, and you can make this yourself at home by just taking old-fashioned rolled oats and pulsing them in your blender, and you can make your own oat flour. It's very easy. You'll need baking powder and applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. You can use homemade. You can use any kind that you like. I use the little individual cups because I don't use it that often, and I don't like to have an open jar for a long time in my fridge. So these are the ingredients that we're going to need. I am going to put in the description of this video the substitutes that I'm using for eggs and oil, because this is a veganized scratch recipe for pancakes that was based on a regular pancake recipe with oil and eggs. So the first thing you're going to need is a cup of whatever flour you choose. I'm using the oat flour, a half a cup of your plant-based milk. And you may need to add more if you feel like your mixture is too thick. I like it this way. It makes a nice thick fluffy pancake. And then we're going to do our egg swap. For an egg swap, you can do applesauce, aquafaba that you whisk until frothy. You can do a chia seed combination, a flaxseed combination, pumpkin puree. Those are things you can swap out for your eggs, and I'll write those all in the video description. I'm going to be using a quarter cup of applesauce. So a quarter cup of applesauce is my egg substitute. We are going to put in our oil substitute. I need 2 tablespoons of oil for this recipe. Oh, by the way, the egg substitute was for 1 egg, a quarter cup of applesauce for 1 egg. I need 2 tablespoons of oil. So for my oil swap, I'm doing a 1-to-1 combination of your plant-based milk and your applesauce. So since I need 2 tablespoons of oil, I did 1 tablespoon of applesauce and 1 tablespoon of plant-based milk mixed together. And that is going to go in as my oil. Okay, so that's our oil substitute. And there are other things that you can use as an oil substitute, and I'll put those in the description of the video. Now we also need a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt, which I've combined here. So that's all going in. We're going to mix that around. I'm just making a batch for 6 pancakes. This is the 1 cup of flour is the recipe for 6 pancakes, which would make 2 servings of 3 pancakes each, which is the normal serving size. And this is a really good consistency, so I probably will not be adding additional plant-based milk, which I said you can add if you want it a little thinner. I like my pancakes thick and fluffy, so this is a really nice combination. And now I'm going to mix in my chips. The original recipe called for 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips, but I put 3 in because I like mine more chippy, more chocolatey. So those are all the ingredients. It looks really, really good. And I am preheating my electric griddle on 300. You can also do this on a regular pan griddle on your stove top. And if so, you need to put your heat onto medium. The way that you get a nice perfectly sized pancake is you use a quarter cup. You dip your quarter cup into the mix, scrape off the cup on the bottom of the cup on the bowl so you don't drip, and then just put it on your griddle. And when you see in a recipe a scant quarter cup, that just means that just use your quarter cup measure, and you don't have to get everything out of the cup that's in there. Just let it come out like this. The longer you let this batter sit on the counter before you put it on your griddle, the thicker it will be, and it'll make thicker pancakes. So really it just depends. If you want thicker pancakes, let it sit for about 5 minutes and you'll have really thick pancakes. They cook very quickly. With regular non-vegan pancakes, regular scratch pancakes with oil and eggs, usually you see bubbles forming. That's how you know it's ready to turn. We have gotten some bubbles here. You can see there's some bubbles forming here. It doesn't quite happen in the same way, but it does happen. And the way you're going to know if they're ready to flip is really you just have to check them. So you'll just sort of lift and see what color it is underneath and see if it's ready to turn. These aren't quite done yet. They're a little bit too light. These come out deliciously thick and fluffy, and they're amazing. They're really, really good. And really, the ingredients are so good for you. Oat flour is just oatmeal. That's all it is. And oat milk is just oatmeal and water. And applesauce are just apples if you're using just the regular unsweetened applesauce. And then, of course, the other things you're adding in, the salt, the sugar, and the baking powder, you need those things to make them rise. You need the baking powder to make the pancakes fluffy. Oh, that's a beautiful golden. I always use real maple syrup. I don't use any fake syrup like high fructose corn syrup types of syrup. I always use real maple syrup, and I heat it up a little bit in the microwave just for like 5 seconds. It doesn't take long to heat maple syrup, but I just like to get it warm, especially since once you open your maple syrup, you have to keep it in the fridge. So I don't like cold maple syrup on my hot pancakes. All right, these are really getting nice and yummy. Yeah, perfect. Perfect color. Those are a perfect color. So those are the beautiful pancakes. Look how great they look. Oh my God, they look so good and they smell divine. Okay, let's see if these are ready to come off. The first one at least, let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. I always kind of like give it a flip over to see how it's doing. This is an addendum to the chocolate chip pancakes that we did in the previous videos. I have let the batter sit on the counter for 5 minutes to let it thicken up. And I've preheated my griddle to 250. It'll make the pancake bigger, but you can certainly do that and get all your batter out. And you can also do it with a knife. I just scrape the bottom so it doesn't drip as it goes over. But you don't have to do this. Okay, so we're gonna let these cook until the bottoms are brown, and you'll see that they are gonna start to rise and be thicker and fluffier than when your batter doesn't sit and thicken up. Those are the thinner pancakes, although they're all very good. But if you would like thicker pancakes that are gonna rise more, it helps to leave the batter sitting out on the counter. And the pancakes are now ready to flip over. And if you have a thicker batter and you allow it to sit on the counter for 5 minutes, whoops, it allows the baking powder to do its thing, which is what helps the pancakes rise. So I hope you give these a try. These are really simple pancakes. I will put the recipe in the description, and fully vegan. So I hope you like them. Enjoy!
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here to see more nutrition, gardening, and cooking videos. New videos are posted each week. Give us a thumbs up and share this video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to click on the bell to never miss any of our fantastic videos. Enjoy!